Hello humans, Master Dinnerflax here, bringing you low quality content you deserve. And today I'll be going over the Infernity loop. If you guys don't know what the Infernity loop is, it's a very, very old combo, like 2010. And it occurs when a 100-Eyes Dragon is facilitating an Infernity loop with Mirage. And when that occurs, you will cycle the same effect over and over again, each time getting an Infernity search. So you can search barriers, breaks, completely make this absolutely insane board. And it's effectively like a modern combo deck that came out way before any other modern combo deck came into the game. It is very scary for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like this deck because not only was it the first modern combo deck, but it also had a lot of game mechanics that really not promoted, but made it very easy to cheat with the deck. And for those who might be wondering, since the Infernity theme is that they get all these effects when they have no cards in their hand, so a lot of players to, set all their spells and traps so they have no cards in hand, not all of them would actually be spells and traps. So there's a little history lesson for you. So this deck, a lot of people don't like it. It has a very, very bad history in this game. It's also, despite being the first modern combo deck, it's actually probably the worst combo deck in modern Yu-Gi-Oh! That achieves a powerful combo, because it's very inconsistent, and it's also unbelievably fragile. Back when this was around, there weren't really hand traps to try to punish this deck very well, outside of, like, Crow, and then Valor, and then over time we got, like, Max C, and Flying C. But for a long time, there was just no way to check the combo, and now we have so many ways to check the combo. You're never going to resolve this in, like, almost any scenario. So with that out of the way, I just wanted to show off the Infernity combo. So this hand I drew just achieves it. There's not really a set hand that does it, because Infernity's all about, like, getting the setup, and then the setup cycles itself. So there's not really one specific hand that does it. It's just whatever hand does it will eventually achieve the loop. So I'm going to show you now. We're going to activate Void Apocalypse, discard Arcfiend, and we will send Necromancer. We will set our 2 cards, and this can be any revival spell. Reborn, Charge into Dark World could also be. We would just discard a spell and trap instead for Void Apocalypse. So both of these can do it, but we're going to target the Necromancer, special summon it. This one, you have to have no cards in your hand to activate, and you target an Infernity in your graveyard, special summon it, then destroy all face-up monsters on the field with attack lower than it. But you can't be lower than 0, so it just doesn't do anything. But it revives an Infernity, so we're going to activate Necromancer, special summon Arcfiend. Arcfiend's going to activate, and we are going to search Launcher. Now, this is actually very early for, like, in comparison to old Infernity combos, because what would happen is you would search Launcher, like, mid and late in the combo. Well, not late, but, like, in the middle of the combo, because Launcher was probably one of the most powerful things, because it was Mirage that you didn't even need to summon. But we're actually going to use it as, like, one of our very first combo pieces. Then we are going to make any Link 2, and then we are going to Mirage this, not Mirage, Launcher this all back. Arcfiend will trigger to search, Patriarch will then summon itself. Then, since we haven't used this Necromancer, we want to keep it, but we are going to summon Skulldread. And then with this, we're going to activate to special summon Arcfiend. Arcfiend's going to trigger. Sorry, lost my train of thought. I messed up, but I cut it because now I can pretend like I'm perfect. But the Skuldred's, the Arcfiend's going to search Mirage, and we are going to special summon the Mirage with Skuldred. And then we're going to link these two into any other link to, like Proxy Dragon. It doesn't really matter. Activate the Mirage. And we are going to summon Necromancer. And we are going to summon the Patriarch that's in our graveyard. And then the Necromancer is going to activate to summon Arcfiend. And Arcfiend is going to search Avenger. We are going to turn this link to this one material and another one material to the second Skuldred. And then the second Skuldred is going to special summon our Avenger. So just like that, we already have the Infernity loop. Because this is a level 8 Synchro that can make 100 Eyes Dragon. And this is where the loop starts. So, if you don't know what this card does, it requires a Dark Tuner and one or more non-tuner Fiend type monsters. Which is exactly what we use to summon this. And what you can do is you can banish one level 6 or lower Dark monster from your graveyard. This card gains the name and the effect. So we're going to copy Mirage. And with that, it contributes itself to revive 2 Infernities, which will be Necromancer and Avenger. And the Necromancer will trigger to summon Arcfiend. Now, this is actually where we can start summoning, well, not summoning, searching traps. So we can start with Suppression. And we are going to turn the... This is where it gets interesting. We're going to turn the Avenger and Arcfiend not into a Synchro, but a link. Crystron Halka Fibrax. And with Fibrax, we will summon Wildcat from our deck, because it's a level 3 tuner. And with this level 3 tuner, and this level 3 non-tuner, we're going to use this tuner as God intended, and we're going to XE summon. We are going to make Leviair the Sea Dragon, detach the Necromancer to special summon Mirage. And we will activate the Mirage to revive Necromancer and Avenger. And then the Necromancer will revive Arcfiend, and Arcfiend will get us our second trap search. Now, if you had to use your hand to, like, get this cycle out of the way, because we already got one barrier. So let's just say this had to go. This wouldn't be here, obviously. So we would only need to search one more trap. But that depends if this had to be used or not. But anyways, our Mirage is back in the graveyard. So we can summon 100 Eyes Dragon, and then copy it again. And then we will revive these 2 again. Necromancer will revive Arcfiend again, and again Arcfiend will search another trap. And here's what's pretty cool. We can turn these 3 into Apollosa. So 3 material Apollosa. You could have done that a little earlier, but at this point, like, if they had a hand trap, it was well used way earlier. And then we can turn these 2 into Herald of the Arclight, and this would be your back row. 2 Omni Negates that are counter traps, 1 Arclight, which is an Omni Negate and Floodgate, 3 material Apollosa, another Monster Negate, a Regeki Break, which is why it's called Infernity Break. And if for some reason they are able to beat over your Arcfiend, you can protect it with Patriarch, and if they ever do it again, you can just revive Avenger, so all your traps are online no matter what. So this is like a very, very modest Infernity loop. Nothing too crazy being done. Like, you can do FTKs with this deck. This is like a pseudo FTK. Your opponent can't really play. Because that's like the only thing this deck is actually capable of doing, is either FTKing or pseudo FTKing. The natural playstyle of the deck of just having no cards in hand means whether the deck likes it or not, it is an all-in deck. So you pretty much always have to be doing some of the most insane, crazy combos possible. And you might be saying, well, if you're going to pseudo FTK, why not just FTK instead? This deck's very inconsistent, and the more bricks you play, the less likely it is to combo, and no matter what version of an FTK you are ever playing, the FTK will always involve playing some stupid bricks. Like, it's unavoidable. There isn't a deck that just casually FTKs, and the ones that do that are banned. So, yep, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And remember, Master Dinnerflax. will take your soul.